Hey guys, so we're in a little bit of a different setup because I thought it would be interesting and also good for me to do kind of a get ready with me style video where I just sit here and do my makeup and talk to you guys. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not changing into a beauty guru, I promise. But I thought it'd be an interesting kind of way to talk to you guys. And I know a lot of people are interested in my makeup as well, so we're combining them. I am not a makeup artist. I learned everything I know from YouTube and drag queens, so you'll probably see some things that aren't super kosher, but yeah. Um, I only wear eye makeup, so this is not going to be a full face. I never wear a full face of makeup. I think the only time I have in the last year was for the 52 weeks video that Cristiano did, where he asked me to do a video of me taking off my makeup instead of the normal me playing video. I put on foundation for that, but that's because I wanted the effect of really taking it all off. So yeah. I'm also incredibly blind, so if I'm not looking at the camera or I'm like centimeters away from a mirror, it's because I can't see. So my first step is always primer. I am actually kind of unhappy with my primer right now, so if anyone has a eye primer in a squeeze tube that they really like, please let me know, because my favorite primer changed its packaging and it is not as good. And I don't like the one I'm using right now because it is very liquid. But yeah. I am also then going to use a white eye base. This one's from the Sephora collection. There's a NYX one that I like a lot better, but again, I am basically just out of school and I don't have that kind of money to buy multiple products for the same use. I just put it all over my lid, but yeah, I'm having not a lot of trouble coming up with video ideas. I have a ton of video ideas, but I've found that a lot of them take a lot of time. I really want to do more of the like piece breakdown videos, like the one I did with Cassandra's Dream Song, but that video took forever to put together because of all of the editing and the screenshots and all of the music in the background and also all the research I had to do. And that piece is a little bit easier for me to do that on because I know so much about it and I've been playing it for so long. And I know there's a few pieces that I could do it, but I really want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the best information I can, and that takes some research and some time, and those videos again take a lot of time to edit. I definitely want to finish and expand on the contemporary music series and the contemporary techniques series. And I don't think I've actually mentioned this yet, but I'm actually taking a 6-month break from the video, like the long-term video projects, when 52 weeks ends. And I think I'll have some more time to do some more fun things and do that kind of stuff. I'm not going to stop filming and I'm not going to stop posting, but it's going to be a little bit less intense. And that way I can kind of get my personal life back on track, or not back on track, but I can focus on my personal life and some things here and really just take some rest. Because quite honestly, since September of 2016, I've been going nonstop. I am also a coffee addict, in case anyone didn't know that about me. So I kind of end up just using the same palette like literally every day. If you look at my Instagram, I have a lot of makeup photos. That's the word I'm looking for. And I literally can't see what brushes I'm looking for right now. Okay. This is how bad this is. And a lot of the times it's like very similar colors. Like if you go through them, you kind of can tell that I have a very typical style. And that's because I tend to just use this palette. If you can also see, there are a bunch of empty pans because I dropped it and like 5 pans fell out and 3 cracked. So I was not happy about that. This is the Sephora Pro editorial palette. It was a present from a couple of my lovely friends, actually one of them being my former roommate, and I love it. That is not even the right brush. I basically just used the brights, which is why the fact that it broke didn't completely kill me, because the ones that I use every day didn't break, so ha. But yeah, I think also the reason that I'm having trouble like coming up with video ideas is just like having traveled for the first week in December and also in October and like all of these different things. My like professional music life is starting to kind of kick off, and that's great, but it means that I don't have the free time I used to. I have a much more vibrant social life in Chicago now. And also in December, it's really, really hard with work because December is when everyone wants to get their prescriptions. They're traveling for Christmas or whatever holidays they celebrate, or winter break. And also their insurance is going to switch over in January. So they want to get as much filled as physically possible, and it's just really, really hard. It's also winter, so everyone's sick. It's just a pain. And while I love my job and I love being a pharmacy tech, I think it's a really great way to make my living while I can't in music, or while it's hard in music. I really like get a little overwhelmed, especially since my store has been going through a lot of transitions lately, and I have a lot of responsibility that I wasn't entirely expecting, and everything like that. One of the things that I was thinking about was I know a lot about healthcare in the States because I work in healthcare in the States, and I know a lot of you guys are quite young and don't have to worry about like insurance yet, or switching off of their parents' plans, but that's something that you definitely have to keep in mind, especially the way things have been going lately, which I hate to bring up, but it really is a concern that all of us have. And the only reason that I'm not in that boat is because I happened to get a full-time job with full benefits right out of grad school, and that is something that I was incredibly lucky to do, and I'm well aware, and I didn't expect to have. But would you guys be interested in like a breakdown of insurance plans and like what to look for, what not to look for, and kind of like what a deductible is and all of that stuff? Because I do know a lot about this. Besides, I do know a lot about it, despite the fact that I'm a musician, because I work in it and I see it every day. And it's something that I know a lot of you guys worry about and don't know a lot about. It's something that I just was thinking about and whether you'd be interested in. So yeah, there's a lot of things coming up, and the year-long projects aren't going away. They're changing and they're developing and everything like that, but I'm definitely not going to stop them ever. This is really what I'm passionate about, and I love them. It's just a matter of like kind of figuring out the balance of my real life, or not my real life, my in-person life, and what I'm doing on the internet, and making sure that I have a great balance on both sides, because right now it's okay, but I think it could be better, and I think that taking the time to really plan out the next one and also bring in some more people is going to be the best thing that I do. And that is giving away a little bit of what the next one's going to be. There are going to be more performers involved. I don't know who or exactly what yet, but I do want to bring in about 3 more performers. I'm thinking they're going to be Chicago-based just because this project is kind of my baby, and I don't necessarily want it to be something that I can't like completely supervise. But who knows, that might change. There's still a lot of planning and grant applications and stuff involved in this process, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, basically, in the next 6 months, I'm going to be performing and filming and doing a lot of other stuff. I'm really excited to be back in Arizona at the end of February. I'm playing at Oh My Ears again in Phoenix. I'm doing a program of all-female composers from 52 Weeks, and I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be really cool. And then Un12 is playing in New York in April, we're still working out the kinks on all of that, but that's gonna be really great. And I have a lot of applications out to a bunch of other festivals. One in Cleveland, I applied for the Omaha Under the Radar. And yeah, as things come up, I'm sending in applications and seeing what happens. again, if you guys have any suggestions on where to apply and where to look, that'd be amazing. Uh, I know I have so many friends who are in this world on Facebook that I tend to get told about a lot of things. And even some of the 52 Weeks alumni have been great and like sending things along. Uh, that's also another thing that I've mentioned on Facebook, but I don't think I've ever mentioned here, is that if you are a composer that has worked with me and has a recording from me, while you're welcome to email me asking me whether you can use my recording, this is me telling you that you have my permission, as long as it's not for nefarious purposes. Like, obviously it has to have my performer credit on it, and it does have to acknowledge that it's like me playing, but I really want those recordings to be used for whatever you guys need them to be, and that doesn't necessarily require me to always sign off on it. I know a lot of competitions and stuff require that the performer has given credit, or has given permission, and that's totally fine, and I'm always happy. You can always email me. The 52 Weeks email is probably the easiest one because it doesn't get drowned in a whole mess of other things, because my personal email is a disaster zone. But that one's 52weeksoflute@gmail.com. It's pretty easy. But yeah, basically, I'm just trying to get to the end of the year at this point, and I think I've talked about that a little bit in one of the videos where I really was overwhelmed and was feeling like I didn't know how to handle all of this, and I think that's still pretty true, but I've gotten a little bit better about it, and I've gotten a little bit more aware of it as I've gone along, and kind of acknowledge that I'm a little stressed and I'm a little tired, and that's also why more videos like this have existed and why I've taken some time off. I'm thinking that I'm not going to post anything except the 52 Weeks video next week, because my family's in town for Christmas and I also have more time off, and I want to actually spend it off and not constantly thinking about filming. I may go back on that because I do really enjoy these videos, but maybe I'll just post like an improv on Thursday and not do the Tuesday video. But yes, I now have like 95 colors in my eyes, but it's working. Yeah. Okay, I just need to finish this now. Okay. So, I now have like a ton of color on my eye. And the last steps are liner and mascara, and then I'm done. I think any of you who've ever seen my makeup know that I basically wear the same winged liner every day of my life. This liner is one of the NYX like liquid liners. I think it's okay. I don't like the brush phrase. No. Okay. Well, I guess. Sorry, this is really hard to do on camera. Like, really hard. And I totally made this wing bigger than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. That's really uneven, but it's gonna have to work. Okay. That doesn't look terrible. But yeah, basically, I don't like how this brush frays. I used to use the Kat Von D one, but I don't appreciate her opinions, and I don't really want to support her anymore, so I don't. But that means that my like go-to liquid liner is no longer available to me, which is fine. I think it's important to state your opinions through your purchases and be aware of who you're supporting, but it's still an inconvenience to my life, and that's not always great. Okay, my left eye looks great, my right eye is just like a disaster. What is happening? that's just gonna have to do. The advantage of wearing glasses is that there's always a layer between the person who's seeing my makeup and the world and my eyes, so you can't always tell how messed up it is or whether one liner is just completely uneven. Plus, I have ridiculously long eyelashes and they cover it a lot of the time. Okay. And with that, we are done. I can see again. Okay, so that was me rambling at a camera for 15 minutes. I hope this was interesting. It's not something that I want to do consistently, but if it's something that you're interested in, let me know. I think I threw out 95 video ideas in this video, but let me know what you think about all of the things that I talked about and what you want to see next from me. I'm in a bit of a transition since this is the last 2 weeks of 52 weeks, and yeah. If you guys like this video, give it a like. If you're new here, subscribe, check out my Patreon, and I will see you guys on Saturday.